Where Jesus go? This table. Oh yeah. So you have given this one now.
Do you like that one?
No, I know that.
Oh, so you can
I
make
know.
it brighter? Okay.
Where Sai go? Sai came? He came to help you? He said, where did you go? Okay. Take us, time is there. Yeah, I saw him.
Revision will start from
No, where are you? We are 4th chapter. 4:20.
4:20.
Okay, she will go away if you want to talk to her.
No, she did. She already did. That's what she was telling. That she already.
Okay. Sit in such a way that I can see all the faces. Understand? No, you are okay. You are not. I am saying sit in such a position that I can see the faces. I can see you. So what she should understand. Now she understood. Okay. You have started already. Huh? We are talking all these things. Why do you start before?
It's now 7:30.
Now. So 2-3 minutes unnecessary, all this nonsense talk will be there. This is the problem of streaming.
We should start only with the pranam mantra.
Yeah, we should start when we have to start the pranam mantra.
Or stop streaming, make it come in.
Before starting also should see. Maharashtra we start, then speak at the
Yeah, we should. Turn up the Bhagavatam.
It is live. Like last time it is on live.
So you have to edit it. Is done or not? No, it is simultaneously going another streaming, parallel to streaming.
No,
Okay.
ones where it says live on
Okay.
YouTube.
Oh, so that should be stopped then. I don't know.
Stopped them as normal, so I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Without showing.
It's still showing. Oh. So Bhagavati cancel that. And this also cancel করে দাও না দিয়ে ফ্রেশ শুরু করো এটা ক্যান্সেল করে ফ্রেশ শুরু করো এতক্ষণ আজে বাজে কথা শোনো কেটে দাও।
Whatever is sweet, you can say, and then we eat.
Done? Now we start. Om Asatu ma Sadgamaya Tamasho ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityur ma Amritangamaya Avir Avir Maidhi Rudra Jatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace. We were recapitulation of the 4th chapter of the Shanti Gita, and we have read up to verse number 19. So Arjuna put this question. Arjuna said in verse number 18 and 19, what I have read the other day. These two verses is the question of Arjuna. Arjuna says, Gyatva tattamidam satyam kritartho aham na samsayo. Undoubtedly, I have become really pleased and satisfied knowing this truth. Anyat prichami tatyam kathayasya savistaram. I am asking you, I want to ask you another truth. Please tell me in full details. So that is the question. What is the question? Next verse 19. We read the other day. It says, Sarvakarma parityajya mamekang sharanang vraja pura praktasya tatparjam swatumicchami tadvada. It's saying that I would like to listen to the essential purpose of the meaning of the word Sarvakarma parityajya, giving up all actions. Mamekang sharanang vraja, only take refuge in me totally. So what does it mean? What is its significance? I want to know that. Sarva karma, all types of karma, parityajya, renouncing, giving up. Mam ekam, only me, take refuge in me and me alone. Saranang braja. Pura prakta. You have said this. Where? In the Bhagavad Gita you have said that. Bhagavan Krishna once reported this message to the Bhagavad Gita, which we are all familiar with. But now, again I want to hear about that, because it is long time in past, as we normally do. Sometimes we repeating the same truth again and again. That is the study of scriptures always suggest. And also we forget sometimes, no? We listen but we forget. But here is this second time he is asking, that's why though you have told me before, so please tell me, renouncing all actions, take refuge in me. What do you mean by this word? What shall I renounce? Now, Sri Bhagavan Ubasa, Bhagavan said, what he said, that is from verse 20, today's reading. Nityang naimityang kamyang swabhabhyancha nisheditam etat panchavidham karma visheshang srinukattate. You know, karma is not karma is only one. Karma has 5 facets of it. What are the 5? Nityam, nitya karma, obligatory duty, every day you have to do. Nityam karma means every day you get up, every day you take a shower, every day you sit for meditation, you do the chanting, you do the mantra, your guru has given instruction, follow that. This is nitya karma. Every day it is obligatory. As we eat, as we breathe, so this is also obligatory to practice this. Naimittikam, special occasions. Say we celebrate special days. That day we have special activities goes on. So naimittika karma is the occasional obligatory duties. When comes that day, you do the puja. Some people fast. Some people get engrossed up to doing japa more, or prayer more, or meditation more, or engage in plucking flowers and doing all this. These are special activity on a special day, naimittikam. And kamyam, karma means rites done to attain some desired end. I am doing this work, I am cooking. This karma means I am cooking for eating. Okay? So anything with desire we start to reach an end. That's the karma. Then swabhavancha. Swabhava means everyone has an innate tendency. Someone is very good in lecturing, someone good in writing, someone may be good in building house, someone may be good in some special feature, dancing. So it is that is their innate swabhavaja karma, one's own nature, duties that is born. Or you can say duties born means you are born in a family. So you are a father, you have your responsibilities. Nitya, you are to, that is the swabhavika karma. Naturally, duties born because of your own nature. So, and nishedhitam, there are certain activities which the scriptures forbid. Don't do. This is bad. Don't steal, don't lie, don't do, don't this, all these things are nishedha karma. You should not go because it is opposite to your normal spiritual growth. It will deter that. So these are the forbidden actions. Etat panchavidham. These 5 types of karma action is vishesham. It is srinu kattate. These are the special 5 varieties of karma, and he will explain more details what are those. So listen to the 5 types of action that are mentioned in the scriptures. They are daily obligatory duties, occasional obligation or occasional duties which you do in special days, rites done to attain some desired result. It can be karma can be made in much deeper meaning is also there. People do so many rites and rituals to attain certain material benefit. They do also what you call sacrificial fire work also, Vedic rituals also. What they do? To attain to heaven, to attain to money, you can be a king. All these, there are different ways of performing rituals with the desired end in the material life. So that is also another. And then obligatory duties and rites done with the desired results, duties that is born out of his own nature. By his own nature, he has his innate responsibility, duty, and there are forbidden action. So if you tell someone, but he will do by his own nature. People say, I told so many times, but he does not change. He will do it, whatever. That means we don't blame it. It is innate tendency of the karma is goading that person to do something. First verse, next verse. Kurtum vidhanam jat vede nityadi vihitam matam nivarayati jad vedastat nishiddham parantapa.
Relax your face a little bit.
Okay. So, kurtung vidhanam. There is some vidhan. Vidhan means injunction, method. Kurtum, to do. Jat, Vede. In the Vedic scripture, that has been mentioned in the Vedas. Jad Vede nityadi vihitang matam. Nitya karma. Which I said, if you do this, you do not know what merit will come. They don't say. But akarane pratyavaya, if you don't do, then you incur sin. If you do, what happens? That is not mentioned. That is called nitya karma. Nitya karma means every day, all the meditation prayer you do. Don't expect so much result immediately. What is happening today, tomorrow, every day, to make an inch development, what has happened. But you don't do, then you incur some sin. Yes, sin means negativity. So, and nivarayati jad Veda. Veda says, don't do this. In the scriptures, that type of karma, tad nishiddham parantapa. That work is called the forbidden action. So that is the forbidden action, and that is the regulated, obligatory. It is obligatory and forbidden. What this our scriptures suggest in the Vedas, do this every day. That is called the obligatory duties. And don't do, that is the nishiddha karma or forbidden work. So, nivarayati vedaha sabhavike sarva udasinna balambita. Those actions that have been prescribed as methods of performance in the Vedas, they are regarded as obligatory. And the like, scorcher of the enemies, those are regarded as forbidden action that the Vedas have prohibited. In the matter of action, born of one's own nature, the Vedas hold totally an indifferent attitude. Whatever, Vedas don't say anything. According to your own nature, people will work in their own nature. If you say, you cannot stop. That's why we sometimes say, unless he or she understands what to do, what not to do, he will not change. You say whatever good, because his force, his own karma tendency will force him. So these are the three types of karma mentioned in this 22nd verse. Kurtung vidhanam jad Vede, the actions that have been prescribed in the Vedas, or the methods of performance as been mentioned in the Vedas, Vedic Shastra, they are regarded as nitya, that is nitya karma, etc. And nisiddham, which in the Vedas they have said, they regarded as forbidden action, that the Vedas have prohibited. In the matter of action, Veda sabhavike sarvo audasinnam alambita. Vedas become indifferent to that work which is done by your inner propensities, by your very nature. They say that evening prayers, daily swabhavik karma is your bodily needs, eating, doing your normal movement and shower, etc. And sandha, in the evening prayer, morning prayer, which are all causes for the purification of the mind. And if you don't do, then that will create a negative effect. That has been mentioned. That is called the Nitya Karma. And some scholars say that there is no result of performing these duties. Understand that point. Every day you do mantra, japa and this and that. They don't guarantee what will happen today because you have done 10 minutes japa. What will happen? No guarantee. But if you don't do, then you are doing wrong. So you have to do that. Therefore, it says, really in reality, there cannot be Nitya Karma and Kamma Karma. There is no result of it. Karma, some say that how can it be so? If I do some karma, there will be some result. If you say that there is no result of your Nitya Karma, means obligatory duty every day you are doing, some scholars differ in that opinion, that how can it be? As they say, suppose you are meditating on the Nirguna Brahman, and then you are day and night thinking, meditating and contemplating on who am I, as a result of listening, contemplating and meditating, then your knowledge will dawn. That is the karma result. So you cannot say there is no result. Anyhow, they say, what happens? Some say that if you do Nitya Karma, you can get to heavenly abode. Heaven. And also it purifies your heart. That is some opinion. Some say there is no result of your Nitya Karma. You have to do. If you don't do, you incur sin. That's one word. But some people, some scholars differ in this point, that how can you say so? Any work anyone does will end in some result. Good, good, bad, bad. None escape the law, Swami Vivekananda says. So they say that Nirgun Brahma, if you think that I am Atman, not the body, not the mind, you Sravana, Manana, Nidhi, that's your Nitya Karma for a Vedanta student. You do every day. So will not result anything? Yes, it ends in the knowledge of the self. So similarly, if someone does every day rigorously sitting for japa, meditation and doing regulated work every day, what will happen? You will attain to heaven, and also your chitta shuddhi, your heart will be purified. But when it is done with the spirit of enjoying the world and other thing, they can have immediately, if you do some work for the material world and for materialistic attitude, you get little joy, you make a good cooking arrangement, and we enjoy, release the food. You go to drive some place to see some beautiful place, and that karma leads you to a beautiful vista, and you enjoy the vista. No? So these are the type of activity it can lead you. But this type of karma, it has no release from bondage, because this type of karma will bring some enjoyment, experience, and then again you do karma, again that is exhausted, good and bad. So this is the cause of recycling, coming back again and again into the mortal frame. That you cannot attain freedom from them. That's why those who are engaged in the world, it will be their karma. This is called the pravitta karma, is engaged into it. It is considered that it has its good and bad effect, because there is no escape from this type of freedom. That's why Upanishad said, plava, hiyete, adriha, jaggarupa. That say, this type of all the activities, ritual activities, these are good. It can take you to heaven, that much. But heaven is not permanent. After the heavenly good action is gone, then you have to come back into the world again. Again born, again do good work, again go to another heaven. Different heavens are there. So according to your punya, according to your merit, how much work you have done, you go to the higher heaven or lower heaven. Different types of hotels are there. 5-star hotels, 4-star hotel, 3-star hotel, no? So according to karma you gain those. But it is not a permanent thing, so there is no end of cycle being. So those who hold on to that, Katha Upanishad says, that they, like that Jagna in the ancient time, the ritualistic sacrificial work was there, to go to heaven, to attain certain material benefit. These are good because it does two things. You get some fruits out of it. You have grow faith in God, faith in the action, good action. And your mind also becomes pure, but it does not release you from the cycle of birth and death. And that is only one who can understand that this is Shreya, this is the path of bondage, and this is the path of freedom. When they can just turn their eyes from that direction, then they become free. Now, 25th century. So those actions that have been prescribed as methods of performance in the Vedas, they are regarded as obligatory duty and the like, and those are regarded as forbidden action that the Vedas have prohibited. In the matter of action born of one's own nature, the Vedas hold totally an indifferent attitude. The Vedas don't say anything. Some scholars say that there is no consequence of performing daily action. Pratyavayo bhavedjasya pratyavayo bhavedjasya akarane nityameva tat phalang nasti iti nityasya kechit vadanti panditaha. That I have just explained. That some pandits, some scholars, they say, what they say? There is no consequence. Pratyavayo bhavet jasya akarane. There is no consequence of performing daily duties. That is verily called the daily obligatory duties, but not performing which offense or contrary effects will happen. Contrary effect may happen, but you cannot say what will positive impact it will come. That is some say. Now, na sat tad juktito partho kartavyam nispalam katham na pravitti phala bhave tang bina acharanam nahi. So 23rd verse says, but not that argument is logically not correct. Because how can obligatory duties be fruitless? There is no inclination to do anything when there is no consequence. People will have no inclination to do anything if there is no consequence. Without that inclination, there is no performance. So desire should be there. So only 24th verse says, Nitte naivo devalokam tathayo buddhi shodhanam phalam akarane papam pratyavayaccha dishyate. So what it says, only through the obligatory duties of our, that means what Guru has told us, modern age, we will simplify it, what our teachers have guided, spiritual teacher guides us to follow those disciplines, prayers, meditation, everyday spiritual practice normally. Say, only through these obligatory duties, what will happen? Will one reach the realm of God? That means they will be a higher plane, then material plane, they will after death go to the higher plane. And nitya karmedara no nityena eva, by the nitya karma only, devalokam, you will attain to the heaven. And also additional, tathaiva buddhi shodhanam. Along with that, your mind will be purified. because you are doing japa and meditation, it is cleaning the mind. Along with that, his intellect will also be purified. And phalam akarane papam pratyabhayacha dishyate. And the result is observed from the contrary effect of incurring sin when it is obligatory duty is not performed. If you don't do the regulated work, what will happen? Pratyabhaya means sin. What is sin here? That means you will remain ignorant. With that story, Swami Vijnananda Maharaj, Swami Shahananda Maharaj and his some friend, they took, both of them took that initiation that day from Swami Vijnananda Maharaj. And his friend, immediately after initiation, and went and saluted him and said, Swami, you have given me this mantra and all this practice, but if I don't do, what will happen? So he thought probably that Holy Mother said, don't worry, I will take care, no? He was expecting that type of response. Probably understanding that, Swami Vijnananda Swami says, yes, what was to happen will not happen. That means if you do practice, your purification of the heart will happen, your illumination will come gradually. No, this is what to happen. It will not happen. That not happen is the sin here. Sin means here, we have to understand what will happen, what will not happen. Suppose I got the mantra, I don't use the mantra. Many people come back after 5 years, oh Maharaj, I forgot the mantra. If you forget the mantra, then how much mantra you have did practice so many years. This is 5 years. He have lost the progress. In that sense we can say, if he has done that, it would have been make them heart purer, and he would have gone in growth in spiritual life will happen. No, even if not God realization, mind will be purified, have a final level of state. Devalok means what? Living in the plane of gods means what? We are purified people, much purer than us. They are not perfected yet, but in the way of perfection, they have reached higher destiny than us. So here, if one does that, every nitya karma, then he will attain, say no, you can attain to a higher plane, your heart will be pure. These are the two results may come as a consequence of your good karma. But if you don't do, then your progress is blocked. And you live like any other person, dark about the remaining yourself in the darkness, in ignorance, and same cycle of birth and death, same suffering and pleasure and pain. So, that's why this 24th verse says, only through obligatory duties will one reach the realm of gods, along with that his intellect will also be purified. And the result is observed from the contrary effect of incurring sin when its obligatory duty is not performed. Now, next verse, pratyabhaya phalang papam phalo abhave na sambhavet na abhavat jayate bhavu phala bhavu na sangmataha. It says, when the result of action is not there, this contrary result of sin should not occur. That is the argument. If you say this good karma, obligatory karma, if you do, there is no result, then what will be the incentive of people to practice this? No? Therefore, result of action is not there when, then this contrary result of sin should not also occur. Why are you saying that sin will occur? If you say this karma does not bring good, neither bring bad, but you are saying if you do, then you will not attain anything. If you don't do, then you will incur sin. That is little illogical. So that is contradicted here. So that means when the result of action is not there, the contrary result of sin should not also occur. Out of nothing, something that exists cannot be born. Therefore, the absence of the result from the performance of obligatory duty actions cannot be accepted. Some logical conclusion that yes, rather it is more logical that when you do the obligatory duty, your chitta shuddhi, purification of the heart will happen, and you will be raised into the plane of not humans but the gods. And if you don't do, then you miss that. That is your loss. That is the negative. That is the sin. Because those who don't get that instruction, that is one thing. Because they had no opportunity, they didn't get it, they don't practice it. But getting this opportunity, you don't utilize it, rather you ignore it. That means your progress, your period, it is like what you know. Suppose I am driving from here to go to San Diego. And I have to go to San Diego first, that is the goal. But on my journey I find that there is Irvine spectrum. And so much fun is going on, so much light and whirling of the big wheel is rotating, and light and all. Wow, good, let me go. So you take an exit and go there. And get overwhelmed with one day, whole day gone. So when you reach the San Diego, that much is delay. That is even a sin. If you have driven all through, then you would have stopped in some other place. So this is the point to understand that though it is said somewhere, the scriptures say that your daily obligatory duties have no result, but logically here Sri Krishna says it cannot be said like that. It has two effects, purification of your heart, and also it will take you to higher plane. Your mind will be living in a higher level. And the second point is that, yes, if you don't do, then you remain in the darkness for a longer period. Now, naimittikang nimittena kartabbang vihitang sada chandra surja grahe danang saddhadi tarpanang yata. So, 26 verses, naimittiko nimitteno kartavyang vihitang sada. Naimittika means occasional obligatory duties. Suppose it is now the regular activities we have talked about. Now next work is naimittik, on special occasions. So on special occasion you do some yajna and this, then there are some rules also that as a result you have to give some charity, you have to feed people, you have to, like that. That happens in every Hindu temple you will find. After a big celebration, they feed people, they give some charity, poor people are given some clothing or whatever their needs. That is a tradition. Most of the places in special celebration days it happens. So that is the occasional obligatory duties. Ordained obligatory duties such as giving alms during the solar and lunar eclipse, ceremonies in the honor of relatives passed away, and offering food in honor of the forefathers and deceased. These are obligatory duties, a special occasion. Solar eclipse time, people take a bath in the holy Ganga. They give some, they don't eat anything, fast. So these are some routine is there, rules are there. So giving alms, this during eclipses, or ceremonies, honor of relatives passed away, some Shraddha ceremony. After that ceremony they do some gift giving and this and feeding people, etc. So all these are Hindu customs. It may be different in another, your Christianity and others, but there is some rituals are there. But that type of obligatory things and offering food in honor of the forefathers and the deceased, then what happens? Should always be performed for the sake of duty. That is called the duty nitya karma, and it is called the naimittika karma. Special occasion, special duties to be performed, naimittika karma. 26. Kamma. What is another type of kamma? Kamma karma. Kamma karma, rites done with attaining the desired results of this enjoyment of this world or overcoming the suffering of this world. So kamma karma, kamyang jat kamana yuktam. Kamma karma is that which is engrossed with kamana. Kamana means desire. Craving. What craving? This life is very miserable. That's why every religion, you see, talks about heaven. Why? This life is miserable. What is the heaven idea? In every religion, what we don't get it here, we'll get it there, in plenty. So Swamiji has analyzed in one place, if they have, suppose someone in Arab country, they have their concept of heaven. What is the concept of heaven? Your description is also there. What is that? In the heaven there will be all water. Because Arab country there is no hot sand. So, of course, they have created a different world now. But normally, that is the place where there is not much water. So they think in the heaven, the water will be flowing all the time. And grapes, all the grapes will be hanging. And all this, what is not available here, all are available there. If the Hindus go, particularly if some Hindus go, Bengalis, they will think that, oh, they are tired with water, rain, water. No. They will say, oh, it should be a little dry place there. Concept of heaven is, what is the troublesome thing here? It should not be there. And that will be more enjoyable for our sense experiences. No? So there will be all fun, food, free. And here you become old. You go to heaven, you will never be old. You will be born as young and die as young. That means just enjoy for fun. Young means enjoyment, no? Old is all this bodily defects and troubles forces you. Oh, it is nothing. But when the young man, what the young teenage boys and girls, what you will think? That is the place of teenage boys and girls. Dancing, eating, and no, all prepaid. You don't have to pay for anything. Food and free food. Food what? Whatever is grand food. The greatest, best cook, always cooking there, no? For you. So that is the concept of our heaven, that will be. So this is called kamana. It is not renunciation. What is accepting and going to heaven? My karma, let it me lead to such heavenly enjoyment, heavenly pleasure. Ye je kama durlabhang martaloke. Kathopanishad talks about Yama Devata, the teacher talking to the student. Hey, when the child is asking, I want to know that truth beyond death. He said, Are you are a child only? Why are you asking these high philosophical things? Are go, I will give you ye je kamaha, those things of which is unattainable and desire cannot be fulfilled. Martaloke, in this earth, I will give you. And you go. How long you want to live? I will give you hundreds of years, thousands of years. Okay, if you are not satisfied, I'll give you live as long as you like. With youth and enjoyment. Oh, enjoyment. And then hearing something, like continuing, his guru is trying to test the student. And then the student ultimately said, Sir, with folded hand, let Tavoiva Baha Tavo Nritya Gite. Oh, sir, you have your dancing and singing and all these things, please, for you. But me, I want to know the truth. That's called renunciation. But most of the people get stuck into that allurement because we want more joy. And more joy what? We are familiar with the sensate experiences, sensate joy. So, if it is in the heaven, we can get more sensate experience, the longer joy. But that is not longer, because that will be also, that is the end. Due to good karma you go there, and the good karma is done, then you are off. So that's why that one should not crave for that. That falls in the concept of duality. So should always perform for the sake of duty. Kammang tata kamana ajuktam. That's why kamma karma, the rites done to attain some desired result, kamana ajuktam, these are all associated with our intense craving, intense passionate desires. Sargadi, what are those? Like heaven and other things. Sukha, happiness. Sukha. Dhanagamascha kushalang samriddhir jayo oihike. It is like which is associated with desire, which is the means to attain the happiness of heaven, etc., and similar planes, or bring health, welfare, prosperity, and success in the worldly plane. So that is called the karma. This is the nitya naimittika, and what is this one we are reading? Kamana. Kamma karma. What normally we do, the whole world does this karma, what is called kamma karma. I want this, I do this work, no? And I work hard. Everyone is guided by the kamma karma to have some end result, either in this life or after I die, I will go to heaven. These are the two purposes. So kamma karma. Kamma karma. Now, 26, naimittyam, kammam holo, 28. 28 says, tad bandho dhrita hetu sattva buddhestu sangsito ata prajatnatas tajjang kamman chaiva nisheditam. So now, tad bandho, this kamma karma, the work associated with intense craving and desire for sense experience, sense enjoyment in this life or after heaven, that tad bandha, dridhata hetu, dridha bandhan, it binds us in deep bondage. Because you go to heaven, then you will work so hard whole life for what? To go for heaven, okay. But heaven is being temporary, then you will be thrown out. After your contract is over, no? You did some good work for 1 month to enjoy. I give the example that you did a good job in your office and your office boss is very pleased and give, okay, you will get 1 month leave. Go to Hawaii and have fun and all hotel charge will be paid by us. You just go and enjoy and come back after 1 month, okay? But after 1 month, that is the point. When the 30 days will end, then you come back and work more. You have to work harder because I have given you leave. So you now come back and finish the work again. So life will be turning like that. Again karma, again happiness. Again karma, again happiness. Then one day will come the renunciation. I am doing this foolish thing. Why shall I do this? Why not I give my energy into something higher? Detachment will come, renunciation will come. So it is said that is the kamma karma which is associated with desires, which is means to attain happiness in heaven, etc., and brings wealth, welfare, prosperity, and success in worldly plane. That kamma karma is the cause of bondage. You have to understand that what brings us freedom, what brings us bondage. This karma is the cause of bondage. It is also the reason for creating the firm belief that the cycle of birth and death and rebirth is real. It also gives the reason given why we have to come back. Reincarnation theory is those who believe in the karma theory, they will have to accept this reincarnation theory. Why I am here now? Because of my karma. If I change my karma, that will give a destiny to me. So that karma theory stands on this, and as a result, this bondage, cycle of bondage and freedom rotates around us. It is also the reason for creating that firm belief that the cycle of birth and rebirth are real. Therefore, one should with great effort renounce prohibited actions and actions associated with desire. So two things an intelligent person should avoid. What? One, kamma karma. I should not be associated with so much for actions done with achieving some sensate experience with little fun and followed by so much suffering. Even if you say longer happiness in heaven, that is not the goal, because that brings us back again in the cycle of birth and death. Therefore, the objective should be how to go beyond the cycle of birth and death. So two things to be done. Prohibited action, I will not do the negative actions. That's the, it is a back gear. Prohibited actions are what? Your engine is on. The car, mobile, suppose you enter into your car and you give a start. The engine is on. If you give the front gear, it takes you this way. If you put the only back gear, you sit in the car, but your car moves in the backward. So prohibited action when we do, then the car moves, our life moves in the negative direction. And that has its own effect. People suffer so much out of that. Bad karmas. People repent so much. Why did I do that? But what is gone out of the hand, what will you do? And then that's why give up prohibited action and give up actions associated with desire. It's very wise thinking. You analyze all the activity, what work, which type of work can give what, and now you see, if I do this, my life will be more in ignorance, and this is the life will be more enlightened. And if we do this, our heaven is not bad, but your enjoyment, growth will be stunted for certain time. We go into that, as I gave the example, I enter into this Irvine spectrum, and when I think, oh, my time is gone, what do? We come out of the same exit and then move towards San Diego. No? So see, we are always moving towards God, towards our own destiny. But the question is that when it is coming out, where we get stuck, it is a stagnancy comes. And that is a period, like the story of the Naradas, Narada and Krishna. What is that story? Narada wanted to ask Krishna, what is the Maya? And what he said? Krishna said, oh, you want to know my Maya? Okay. So, could you bring me, I am very thirsty, can you give me a glass of water or a jar of water? Okay. He says, okay. He saluted Krishna and went with the jar to bring some water from the flowing river side on some close by. And he went, and he went there, and he fell in love with one girl, say the village fisherman colony, and this and that. So many stories are there. You can fabricate in a beautiful way to say. And then they have their forgot that Krishna asked him to bring water. That is forgotten. 12 years. 12 years. His 12 years is lost, and he is thinking he has a married life and he has his children and this and that, and there were a small hut built on the bank of the river, and one day the flood came and then broke the house, and she was trying to hold the children and the wife, but the one children left their hand, another left because of a storm, heavy storm, and he was holding to wife to hold, but she also left, and she was out of desperation when she opened up, and Krishna said, where is my water? This is Maya. Meaning, you want to see Maya. You can stay there for some time, it gets stagnancy comes, and then you came back to Krishna again. So the point is that Maya is like that. It is that's why two things should be prohibited. That is the instruction here. Ato prajatnatas tajam kammaschaivo nisheditam. Kamyo karma, nisheda karma. Kamma means actions done with craving, desire for fulfillment of instant things, and nishiddha, which is forbidden action, we should not do, because that brings our negative impression in our mind, and it actually slows down our spiritual growth, and it brings not only good, it goes the opposite direction.
In each type of karma, there is no overlap of this, right? For example, this karma, they are very distinguished. There is no overlapping of that. For example, your nitya karma cannot be your kama karma or something like that. Because I am studying regularly, expecting that my result will be good. But as a student, studying is my nitya karma also. Is there any overlap of that, or they are distinct like that?
I think when a turning point comes, after doing this nitya karma and getting some result, and if we find that it is not any type of karma we do, it has overlapping, means this much, that if we do that karma and understand that it didn't bring me desired result, and that repeated experience is improving my understanding, and then the chitta suddhi will happen, and then ultimately it will lead us to detachment, renunciation. So 28, okay? So 28th verse gives us the clear direction. So it says that kamma karma is the cause of bondage. It is also the reason for creating a firm belief that the cycle of birth and rebirth is real. Therefore one should, with great effort, renounce prohibited actions and the actions associated with the desires. So that is the... Okay, we can read the other verses, only 10 minutes, 5 minutes, so we can have some question now. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we ended at verse number 28 today, 428. So tomorrow we will have our gospel class. I will be there to give the gospel class. 7:30 p.m. Oh, 2-3 questions are here. Doing karma just for the sake of doing something, does that mean any goodness not doing from the heart? Oh, doing karma just for the sake of doing, that is very difficult. Doing karma for the sake of doing is a very high state of mind. But you can say that there is no heartless work. I am to do, I am doing, no? That's a forced work, that is not freedom. Suppose in the jail, the prisoners are sometimes taken out of the jail and given some service outside, no? And they get some credit out of that. So it's a force. Whether he likes or dislikes is not the question. So that is something. But if one adds his emotion with it, then I think that the effect will be different. With the heart, if he says, just I am doing for God, and I don't have any intention that to enjoy the result for myself. I don't want anything. I did it for God and give it to it, and I don't expect anything. So if that conscious movement is there, that's a great freedom is there. That type of karma gives a freedom. But slavish karma, that is not freedom. So that's why doing something does mean any goodness, not doing from the heart. It does not do, it is better that you don't expect, but that gives a not the spiritual benefit which we can do it if we do it the loving heart. Any karma I am doing, I am cooking. I am cooking with no expectation. Whether she will say good or bad, I don't care for that. But I did my best to serve God. That's the best way. There is the freedom, because how much boldness you carry in your heart. I don't care for anyone's name, fame, praise or blame. No? That means you are making very strong yourself. And that is the spirituality. Spirituality means it should make us stronger. But if I am thinking, oh, I will have to do another cooking today, or I'll have to drive today again. So it is all torture. It is a torture. I cannot escape. What can I do under this circumstance? We normally sometimes feel that way. But it can be made spiritual by this type of thinking with heart added, and that will be the best thing. Otherwise, heartless work is really mostly a slave's work. Slaves do have work, much more work, because they are bound to do that. But if one thinks, I am doing the more, see our Ramakrishna sadhus we see, our senior great Swamis, they work so hard, and always they feel blessed. Oh, I am blessed that I got this chance to do. No? Their inner feeling is that I am blessed that I could do so much work today. It is my service to God. God has taken my service. I am blessed. So, doing the same work, physical energy will be the same lost. Physical aches and pains will come after that work. But the spiritual joy is that inner joy, because I did it for God and I am blessed. God could have been done. Swami Vivekananda said, the Ramakrishna came and he selected this time this poor guy. He could have done, he can, out of hand, a handful of dust, he can create thousands of Vivekananda. But he has been selecting me. So I am blessed. Das tabu janame janame daya nidhe. I am your servant for lives and lives together. So that means he's blessed, feeling blessedness to do the service of the... That's why he died 39 years or before reaching 40 years, a young man of such strength, power, physical health, extinguished everything for the good of humanity as instructed by Ramakrishna, no? But it says, who is Ramakrishna? Ramakrishna can create this Vivekananda? Nothing. He can create thousands of Vivekananda out of a handful of dust. It is Swami Vivekananda's own words. So he is feeling, I am fortunate, I have been selected. And another person, oh my God, they are making me work like a hell, hellish experience. So that has his own result, impact, and this has his own impact. Another question, the light looks like a big white snake. What is that?
This light, he just commented that one. This light looks like a big white snake to her.
Oh, acha. This light, yeah. It was given by Ted. Ted gave me for our class. Ted, who comes here, he gave it long back for my class that time. But it has not been used. And the third question is, where can one get one of these orange hats? So we cannot sell it here in our bookstore, but it is available in. There is one place in Belur Math and also in India. This type of hat is available.
In your orders in Amazon, they will be.
Now Amazon you can try. Hat. It is made of cotton, cloth. Acha, that is not two questions related to it. And now another question. Arjun refused to fight because he didn't want to fight his relatives and he was not incapable. What to do if one is in a fight where one feels incapable of fighting? Incapable of fighting, so we should have to pray for strength or change our position. In one field I may be incapable, I may be capable of in another field. I may be incapable in one field, but I can be maybe capable. People change that, no? In their students change their course after 2-3 years studying. I am not fitting with this, I'll go for that. Job, they change job. I know some of the chemical engineers, when something happened there, they turn to IT, information technology. So I think incapable of fighting, that you have to then change your profession, or you have to pray for strength and power. God can help.
God will not give you that duty. God is not a fool. God has given, you do, you know. You do not know that you have power. You are out of your dilemma. Asking, questioning God's way, understanding. God will not give us anything that we cannot achieve.
No, he is saying that what to do if one is in fight where one feels incapable of fighting.
First one is the
Arjuna refused to fight because he didn't want to fight his relatives, but he was not incapable. That means he was capable. That is a different attitude.
not capable, what will happen?
That is not a question. He says what to do if one is okay. One is incapable. He is capable, and at the same time he says that he does not want. That's a different thing. And I am incapable. What about me? So that is his question. I will suggest that you think about God and pray for more strength. And for Arjuna, he has the capability, but he was not exercising that. That's why to awaken, Krishna's advice was to him different.
This question, next question is here.
And another is that,
That is here.
Oh, that is the same question. Another question, once one realizes enlightenment, is there still the option to go to the heavens as a gopi and a servant and greet all jivas entering heaven for all in eternity, God willing?
She explained why she is asking.
I ask because we can do those things here already. So I might assume once enlightened, one may be able to do in heaven with form. You know, this is a question. After enlightenment, you can do whatever you like, but probably you will not be interested in doing these things.
She wants to eat the sugar.
And also, if you are really a devotee, then you will work only by God's will. So your ego is totally gone. So your ego is there before illumination. But when ultimately ego merges into God or God's grace comes, then after enlightenment, there is option. There is no question of option. Your ego is totally gone. God's ego will work through you. Before enlightenment, my ego. I like to do this, I like to do that. I fail to do that. I struggle to have it. But after having all these things, then you work, your ego is gone. But you can pray, yeah. When after enlightenment, Jivan Muktas live in the world, gopis were fully illumined, but they wanted to taste the sugar. As Ramakrishna said, I want to taste the sugar. Enlightenment, he wants to do that. But if he wants, yes, but they are not perfectly, they can merge into that. If that desire is there, no, I want to serve God, they will remain like that. But if they are totally absorbed, that moment there is no question of who will serve whom. After realization is a different situation. We have no idea. After realization, what happens? There this almost duality vanishes. But bhaktas want to keep that duality for enjoyment. So long they can keep, they can be behaving like gopis and this. That's why there are Vrindavan, the plains of bhakti schools. They think Gog is called the, what you call, Kiloka, Govind, Kilok. What are the different planes? Krishna Loka, Goloka. Goloka is a lok. Loka means a plane, higher plane, where you think that Krishna is there, gopis are there, this divine play is going on. As we sometimes say, Ramakrishna Loka. It is a plane where Ramakrishna going to ecstasy, it's all these spiritual children are there, bhaktas are sitting over there, Ramakrishna is talking now and getting deeply immersed and then muttering something and again dancing and singing and ecstasy. So you can live in that context if devotee wants to do that. But ego should be purified ego. With that desire they live only to enjoy the bliss of God. It can be. Okay? Oh, we end here then? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.
Yes. Stop.